Hi, I'm Barrett and I'm going to show you how to make my favourite sandwich, the curried egg sandwich. I didn't realise that this sandwich was such a big part of my life until recently, when I found myself every day off heading over to Loafer Bakery and eating this curried egg sandwich. And I realised that it stemmed from being a little kid, where my nan would take us to the movies on school holidays. We'd walk into the cinema and then we'd sit down, lights would turn off and nan would pull out the curried egg sandwiches. The rustling was pretty embarrassing. The smell of curried egg sandwiches was also a little bit embarrassing. However, they are delicious, and I feel like that's really carried on into my adult life about my love for curried egg sandwiches. So today we're going to be making our sandwich on a baguette. The other ingredients that you're going to need are boiled eggs, some parsley, some dill pickles, these ones are pretty small, some shallot, mayonnaise, Keen's curry powder, or you could experiment with some different curry powders. We've got some butter, because every good sandwich starts with butter. Some seasoning with salt and pepper, a little trick of some hot sauce, and then of course your array of lettuces. To begin, we're going to start with boiling our eggs. So bring a pot of water up to the boil, and then we're going to place our eggs in there for 8 minutes. While they're cooking, we're going to prepare our mayonnaise mix. So in a bowl, we're going to place 2.5 spoons of mayonnaise, and you want to make sure your mayo is pretty thick because we're going to let it out with a little bit of lemon juice. Finely diced shallot, which adds a bit of spiciness and a bit of texture in our mix. So 2 spoons of that. And then pickles, because everyone loves pickles. 2 spoons. Some parsley, again 2 spoons. So we've got all our ingredients. We've got the shallots, pickles and parsley in here. And then we're going to start with our curry powder. So this is just Keen's curry powder, which I love. Everyone makes fun of me about that, but it's delicious. And you want to go for quite a heaped spoon. So I think the key with making this sandwich kind of just average going to the next level is hitting this mix really heavily with a stack of flavour. Some seasoning, so pepper, some salt, and then some lemon juice. So half a lemon, in it goes. And then this is my little secret tip, which I feel if you don't like spice, you can miss out on this, or even just hit this with a little bit of vinegar, not just lemon juice, but it's hot sauce. So you could use Tabasco. This one is made by some of my friends, so it's a fermented jalapeno hot sauce. So give that a stir, and then our eggs will be ready. So pour off the hot water, and then straight away you want to hit them with cold water, and this will stop the cooking process. So then we're going to dice up our eggs, so just in half. Now, there's so many options when it comes to how you want to do this. You could grate your egg in on the coarse side of a grater if you wanted something a little bit smoother, but I find just dicing it and adding it to the mix is the way to go. And then we're going to start to assemble. Now, bread selection is pretty important. I love a baguette because you get so many texture changes. You get a really crispy end part and then a little bit softer in the center. Now, if you wanted to do this for a brunch on a Sunday and jazz it up a little bit, you could use rye bread. Rye and eggs and pickles work really well together. I like a baguette because you can keep it a bit cleaner, which with egg sandwiches can get a bit messy. So we're going to go large. Just go in half. Now, a little secret to prevent it from getting so messy is don't cut the whole way through the baguette and just leave it connected on one side. So this is one of my favourite baguettes. Actually, there's 2 in Melbourne that I highly recommend, and this could be controversial. So this one's from Felco, beautiful crumb. And the other one is loafer bread. So really different. I feel like everyone's got their version of a baguette. I really like a sourdough baguette that's got a really thick crust. It's nice and chewy, and it really adds to this sandwich. I feel like the key to sandwiches is texture. So a lot of people speak about buttering the bread. It obviously helps prevent the bread from going soggy. But for this one, I actually like the really subtle cultured butter flavour that you get from buttering it. So Falco's on Smith Street and Loafer Bread is just up in North Fitzroy, which is my hood. I feel like supporting your local bakery is, or your local haunt hangout is pretty good. So just butter the bread quite liberally. Again, it kind of seeps into all the holes and offers you a different texture because butter adds really nice texture as well. Some people like alfalfa and some people don't. I love it. So I'm going to do a bit of an array of lettuces. You could use iceberg. We've got some butter lettuce here. Bitter leaves are really good, radicchio, which you may not see all the time in sandwiches. It's an Italian leaf. And then we're just going to pop them in as our first layer. So laying them in. The colours are really beautiful as well. I've got some curly endive. This one's great because the bottom is really succulent. The top, again, is quite bitter, but adds another dimension of texture. Some butter lettuce. Give it a bit of a season, which is really important. So a bit of salt. We just want to make sure we're seasoning each part of our sandwich. Got some pepper. And then our egg mix. So we make our mayonnaise mix first and then pop in the eggs just so we don't destroy the texture of the egg. So we're just going to fold that through, making sure it's really well coated. Popping that in. And there you have it. My favourite sandwich, curried egg baguette. Yum. Key points: choose your bread wisely, choose your lettuce wisely, and have some freedom if you don't like onions. You don't need to use shallots, maybe you want to use a different type, maybe something a bit more subtle like spring onion. If you don't like pickles, you can leave them out. You don't need to add the hot sauce if you don't like things to be spicy. Create your own sandwich. There's so much freedom. If you didn't even want curry, pop in some thyme. Another really delicious, subtle flavoured sandwich. Slice for sure. Butter for sure. Ooh, brown. Diagonal for sure. There's no way you can go down the middle. Crunchy! I love crunchy peanut butter. Ooh, depends on the day of the week, but I think Vegemite. BLT for sure. Reuben. I would say focaccia. I love that chewy texture. Loaf of bread, egg baguette, of course, and salad sanger at Falco on Smith Street. Beautiful food and delicious drinks bring Victoria together, hands down. And don't forget delicious sandwiches. Thanks for joining me today. I hope you love this curried egg baguette as much as I do. Now remember, head to Victoria Together to see some more amazing celebrity sandwiches.